Good morning, Staples. Today is Wednesday, March 5th. I'm Liv.
And I'm Steve. As you know, the sophomores are taking CAP tests this week and next week.
That impacts everyone at the school, and it also impacts our show in a number of ways.
For one, we're cutting the time of our show in half, which is why we're getting right into it.
For another, we'll only be having one show airing on Wednesday.
So let's start with some school news, starting with Elizabeth and Stephen from the National Honor Society.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Steven, and we're here on behalf of the National Honor Society to let you know about an athletic equipment drive that we're having.
Boxes for the athletic equipment drive will be located in the front lobby of the school, so make sure to bring in lightly used equipment and put them in those boxes. The drive will be going from March 3rd to March 14th, and all of the equipment we collect will be going to boys and girls sports clubs in surrounding areas that need them.
So again, the drive goes through next week.
Don't forget to bring in the equipment and drop it off in the boxes in the lobby.
Seniors, please submit any of your photos from middle or elementary school to Yearbook for this year's throwback section.
Send them to shsyearbook@westport.k12.ct.us as soon as possible.
Also, all clubs should send in club photos if they want to be represented in the book.
Even though it's still freezing out, a lot of us are getting ready for spring sports.
Here's Grayson Weir with news for anyone interested in trying out for a returning state champion boys volleyball team.
Hey guys, I'm Grayson. I'm a senior on the boys volleyball team. We have a meeting this Thursday in room 2028 after school, 2:30. We're coming off a state championship and we hope to compete well again, and you can definitely be a part of it. There's no experience required and freshmen are encouraged. See you there.
As we said, the volleyball team won states last year. Our boys hockey team would like to duplicate that feat, and they start their run next week.
Just before break, Stephen Rowland sat down with Coach Todd Sharon to talk about the team.
I'm here with Staples head hockey coach Todd Sharon. It's your first year, and how do you think the team is doing so far?
Very proud of the development of the boys. They've worked really hard. I think they're doing terrific. Tonight was a tough loss, but I think we'll battle back and you'll see many victories before the season's over.
Early in the season, you had a big win against a D1 team, Greenwich.
Correct.
And how did that progress the team?
Well, I think the team started to realize how good they really are. We have a lot of talent, and when we play together as a family and really stick to the systems, play focused and disciplined hockey, we do well. We also did very well against St. Joe's, another D1 team.
And playoffs for FCAC and state playoffs are coming up, and how do you hope to do in those?
We always hope to win.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
As Coach Sharon said, you always hope to win. That hope and hard work turns real next Monday night as the boys skate in the first round of the state tournament.
The news lately has been dominated by events in the Ukraine. Just before our February break, I met up with Dennis Nikoluk in the Fairfield Library. Dennis is originally from the Ukraine. He and his family have moved from their country to Westport. Since then, they have moved to Fairfield. Dennis helped me to make sense of what was happening, and although some things have changed since we spoke, and in fact are evolving up to this minute, I believe our talk will help us all to understand the background of the conflict. How old were you when you moved here from the Ukraine, and what was life like growing up there?
I moved here in 2007, so that was about 7 years ago in July. And life there was really just poverty. It was not really good at all. And moving here was a really big difference, and a lot more opportunities and just a better life overall.
Is that why you moved here? Because of the opportunity?
No, my dad, there was this thing going on where you can sign up to win a green card, and we were chosen to win the thing. And then we just moved there.
Can you describe what's going on in the Ukraine right now and tell us a little bit about the revolution?
Yeah, it started when the president refused to be integrated into the European Union. He was planning to for a while, but at the last minute he just decided not to sign the contract, with the European Union, and that just angered a lot of people because they wanted to get rid of the Russian influence and just wanted to be part of the Europe and trade with them and just be part of their economy. And it was nice and peaceful for a while, but after a while, they just were more angry and started to get more violent. And the president passed these laws, anti-protest laws, and that even angered the people even more. And things started getting more heated, and then he responded it with the violence, with more violence. The people, the Berkut, which is like a SWAT in Ukraine, they started using like guns and anything they can against the people, and they started torturing people, capturing them, and pretty much and killing them in some cases. And it's been like that for a while now, and things are starting to kind of calm down right now because of the Olympics, and the attention has been focused towards the Olympics. But really, nothing has been done. The president hasn't really tried to do anything about it. I mean, there was some peace talks, but he refuses to do anything.
Now, why are so many Ukrainians so for joining the European Union, and why do you think that the president of the Ukraine decided to side with Russia at the last minute?
People, for a long time, they've been wanting to get rid of the Soviet influence, and they just wanted to be an independent country and right from Russia, and just be, people of like European, join a Western nation, and the president, he has ties with Russia, and he thinks that it would be better if he stays with Russia.
I was looking into this, and I read that the European Union was offering the Ukraine some economic reform to help make them more financially independent. Do you think it's hurting the Ukraine that they're siding with Russia in the short term?
Well, they really do need the help. I mean, their economy is not good just because of the president and how corrupt everything else is. I mean, money stays in one place; it doesn't go out to the people. And I think they just want to get rid of that kind of influence and just join the European nations.
I was reading online that Russia is pressuring more Eastern European countries, like the Ukraine and like Moldova, to align economically with Russia versus the European Union. Why do you think they're trying to build up that sort of economic power?
Well, I think it's just going back to the days in the World Wars, and where Russia is trying to build a strong nation and just dominate Europe, but if the people let that happen, it's going to happen, and they can't do anything about it. So they have to stay independent and join something better, like the European Union.
Tell me a little bit more about the corruption in the Ukraine.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while, since the Orange Revolution. Like, the vice president has been in jail for a while now for stealing money laundering, all that, and pretty much the government officials, they're keeping the money to themselves. What angered the people is like how the president is living in a $75 million mansion, but he only makes about $2,000 a month. So they're just asking where that money is coming from. And clearly there has to be some corruption there in the government.
Mm-hmm. So the Ukrainian people just got sick of the government corruption and wanted to become a more European country and join the European Union. And that's kind of what started this revolution.
Yeah.
What do you think the future holds for the Ukraine, countries similar to the Ukraine, like Moldova, that are going through pretty similar issues?
I just think that if the people keep trying, and that if they get help from other countries, that they will get to their goal eventually. But it's just ends justify the means. It's going to take some blood and some violence to get there, but hopefully it doesn't take too much violence.
Now, seeing as you moved from the Ukraine about 7 years ago, you have family still there. How has this impacted your life?
Well, my parents have been watching what's happening in Ukraine every day, and some of my friends back in Ukraine have participated in the protests, going out in the city, and just trying to help as much as they can. I mean, it's affecting every single person in Ukraine.
Since filming this interview, the Ukrainian president has left, and Russia has mobilized armed troops in the Ukraine. The tension is now higher than ever. I very much want to thank Denis Nikoluk for giving us all a native Ukrainian perspective on this important news story. I'd also like to thank Faith Garcia for producing this piece with me.
Nice job, Olivia, and thank you.
Sophomores, good luck with CAPT.
The Period 2 class will be here next Wednesday with the next edition of Good Morning Staples.
Bye.
Bye.